For this project, I have joined the Sparkle Squad. This is what I call, there are a few ladies at my yarn store that put sparkles into everything. So I bought this, which, oh my God, the color matches like perfectly, right? Welcome to Traveled and Unraveled. I'm Shannon and I want to inspire you to travel and create. You guys, my last YouTube video took me so many hours. Okay, it was my Ireland itinerary and my editing software kept freezing up. It was a really long video, but I'm learning, okay? It's all good. I'm learning. I'm going with progress over perfection here. You know, just forge ahead. Just do it. I am realizing, though, that doing like a knitting and travel all in one episode maybe isn't going to work. There's too much to be said about the travel. You know, they're kind of two different groups of people, although there will be some crossover, of course. But I decided to maybe just do them separately and do playlists. So I will be talking about some travel a little bit in the knitting stuff and maybe some knitting in the travel stuff. But I think I'm going to kind of do separate playlists, separate episodes, I think. To be determined. All right, let's dive in. We're doing knitting this time, okay? Let's dive in. I want to show you my finished object. Look. This is the flower cardigan. Look at the back. Okay, how cute is this? Can you see the buttons? I love the little buttons. I mean, this is adorable. This is adorable. I'm very happy with how it came out. It was pretty wonky when I finished it, but after blocking, it's gorgeous. So I also want to go off on a little tangent here about if you get a gift. Now, I may be preaching to the choir because a lot of you are knitters, but if you get a gift that's handmade, that someone took the time to specifically create for you, you should really just like send them a photo of you wearing it or using it, whatever it may be. Like, that's really important to the person. Even if you fake it, just humor us, okay? It's really important to us. You know, I've made things for people and then, you know, never heard a thing about it, you know, maybe not even a thank you. And that's just, it's like soul crushing, you know, it's soul crushing. So if you are to get a gift, you know, make a little effort. There was a woman at the knitting group at my local yarn store that told me a story about how she made, I think it was a scarf for a woman that she worked with, her daughter or something like this. I don't remember the exact details, but the punchline here is that she asked the woman about it a few months later, and the woman was like, oh yeah, my daughter's using it in her guinea pig cage, her guinea pig's cage. What? Like, that is the kind of thing you do not say. You don't say that to someone, you know, not cool. All right. My whips, this is the only thing I have finished as of now. My whips, I started a Sophie scarf because I wanted to finish using this yarn, this beautiful yarn that was gifted to me. This one was gifted to me by a friend at my local yarn store. Thank you, Carolyn. And it is Cashmere Caverns Sock by Explorer Knits and Fibers. And the colorway is Pistachio Gelato. I made my first pair of socks out of this. Came out pretty decent. They fit. I wear them. I even wore them like with shoes. They aren't just wearing around the house socks, you know. They're a little bit stretchy and loose because this yarn does not have, oh, I'm gonna lose the mohair. This yarn does not have nylon. So anyway, I had this bit of, I believe, I've had this for a really long time in my stash. I think it's a moondrake mohair of some sort. but these colors just happen to match perfectly. So I'm like, I'm gonna finish them up and do a little Sophie scarf. So we're working on that. And my magnolia tea is coming along. This is done in the Queen City Coleman DK. This is beautiful yarn to work with. The colorway is butterscotch, and it's awesome to work with. I think I may have to switch to wood needles because it's pretty slippery, and on these metal ones it's not. By the way, look, can you guys look at my coups, my Highland coups? I'm going to Scotland. I probably said that like 1,000 times already, but I found these at my local yarn store. If you don't know, Scotland has these adorable hairy cows that they refer to as coups. I think that's because of the accent, I believe. Anyway, I had to get these because they're just so adorable. And they make me think of Scotland every time. And for this project, I have joined the Sparkle Squad. This is what I call, there are a few ladies at my yarn store that put sparkles into everything. So I bought this, which, oh my God, the color matches like perfectly, right? It's perfect. And I'm gonna put these sparkles like on the bottom hem and right along the sleeves when I get that far. Sparkles, Sparkle Squad. So I've decided I'm not gonna buy any yarn, except when I go to Scotland. I'll buy yarn in Scotland for sure. And if I happen to be like traveling somewhere and there's a yarn store, like I always like to buy yarn when I'm traveling because I've already talked about this souvenir knitting thing. So, but other than that, I'm not letting myself buy yarn because I have a lot from the New Jersey Wool Walk, and this is one of them that I bought. This is Miss Babs Estrelita, and the colorway is Zombie Games. Okay, it has a sparkle in it, blues, greens, purples, and I've knit up a swatch. I don't know what to do with this. Okay, I knit this swatch and I blocked it. So we've got a 2-inch needle at the bottom and a 3-inch at the top. I think I like the fabric of the 3 better. It's not that see-through. Really like it. Gorgeous. But again, it needs like either a very simple t-shirt pattern or a shawl, which I don't know. I don't wear shawls a lot, but I could. Like the little wheel spinning in my head. I really want to make a shirt of this, but I need a plain pattern. So if anyone has any suggestions, let me know. I love this. I wasn't sure how it was going to knit up. It was going to look good for a garment, but I think it will, right? Do you agree? Let me know. Do you agree? All right. Let's see. What else do we have to talk about? Still working on my mountain bed sweater. I started that in November, and then I got distracted by a Christmas sweater that I knit, and then I actually got accepted into 2 test knits, which I want to talk about because I used to think that test knitting was like really special. All right, I didn't know this was a thing. I have been knitting for about 5 years, but it was maybe only in the last 2 or 3 years that I kind of discovered Ravelry and discovered the knitting community and like really got into it. So I didn't realize that designers put calls out so that people can test their designs, knit different sizes, give their feedback. And I was like, oh my God, this is so cool. All you really get is a free pattern. They don't pay for your yarn, you don't really get anything. You get a free pattern, you get to knit it before everybody else does. And it's kind of cool, like when the pattern comes out and everyone's excited about it, like you can show that yours is done and it's like kind of cool. But it's also extremely stressful. Like I've decided I'm not doing this anymore. I did one sweater that I ended up absolutely hating. Like I hated it. I did another one that I loved, but it was very stressful. And that took up like all of January and February for me, for my knitting. So I'm not gonna test knit anymore, and unless it's something like crazy awesome, or if someone wants to pay for my yarn, then maybe, maybe. All right, so that mountain bed, yeah, I'm gonna get back to that. It was kind of put on hold because then I wanted to do like a summer knit, so I did the Brooklyn tee. You know, I won't be able to wear that mountain bed sweater until fall again, so no rush, but that is one of my whips. Little bit of travel notes here. I am going to Montreal. I'll actually be there as this video gets published. I will be in Montreal, so if you want to follow along with the fun. I am on Instagram at Shannon Enton, and we're gonna have a good time. We're going with, I say we, it's me and my daughter, going with one of my friends, Phaedra, and one of her friends, Perry. So my daughter, who's 21, has planned this whole itinerary, and she got her skills from me. I'm very proud of her. But we are planners, like we have every minute planned with, flexibility, of course. But she had some stuff in the itinerary where we were like, taking the metro like 25, 30 minutes to one area of Montreal and then coming back, so we discussed it and refined a few things. And I was talking to my friend Phaedra, who is, she's at All Things Phaedra on YouTube if you want to check her out too. And you will, because you'll want to see her video after Montreal. Listen to what she's doing. She is a much more relaxed traveler than I am. She kind of just likes to spur of the moment type of thing and see what happens as you go along rather than planning everything. So I told her, I'm like, this is like a press trip. You're just coming along for the ride. And she said she has plans to do a YouTube video that she's going to title, I Let a 21-Year-Old Plan My Itinerary. Here's what worked and here's what I would do differently. And I love this. I love this for her. I love this for us. It's going to be really fun. Going to be super fun. And I think that's all I have. Did I rush through that? I'm always afraid of these videos being too long or, losing people's attention. It's a work in progress, I guess. But I appreciate you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.